Once again, I'm going to start off the episode with "You may as well know." And that is this. That I decided that I was going to try and clean this off just a little bit. There were some places, you probably saw it too, where I should have taken the knife and scraped off some of the excessive glue. And, well, I did that. And I guess I was getting a little bit too aggressive here. And I didn't break it off, but I loosened our radar antenna here. And when I put it back on, I didn't use the extra thin Tamiya. I used my homemade CA concoction. Yeah, it went on really easy because the CA thin had already molded the plastic, you might say, into the exact shape for the back of this antenna. And it just sort of wanted to naturally just fall into place more or less. So I wasn't worried about it all of a sudden setting up in the wrong place. It worked out really well. Alright, enough of that. So radar unit 1, 2, and 3 are done now. Now we've got all the parts more or less for radar unit 4. We've already got our H27, J28. We have to get the H50 and 53. We have to get the different mast and the antenna or whatever this thing is. What else do we have to get that's different? I think that's it. I think that's all the plastic parts. We already have all the photo etch parts. So, yeah, this should go pretty fast. So, welcome to step 23. Okay, here we go. H50 and H53. Okay, H6. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm finding it actually, this grid in the background is sort of not a good idea. I personally think it's a lot easier to see the outline of the part if we don't have these lines in the background. Now that's my opinion. I think I'm going to stop using it. Yeah, I'm not going to use it anymore. Now, as I've said many times before, that's the plan, and it could change. We'll see what the majority of the viewers want. I started cleaning up the parts here. These two I've done. And this one here, I was noticing that on the, see if I can twist it around here, maybe it was best the first time. Anyway, you notice right here there's what looks like a little part, and out here, and I thought maybe that's got something to do with fastening an aerial wire or something like that too, but when checking the manual, it doesn't show anything like that, so I guess this is all just flashing. Here, 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 and here, and a little bit on here, a little bit right here. Yeah, but this one here is the one I want to really talk about. You might be able to see it. There's quite a bit of flashing on this. I've already done where the sprue connected on right there, and also on this side. And I think I did a pretty good job. Not perfect, but pretty good. And now I got to try and scrape this off. I'm going to put the macro lens on so that you can watch. This piece has more flashing on it than some of the other pieces that I've done. Now, well, you'll see it with the macro lens, but right there's a little part that I don't want to be scraping off. That's where this goes in. Now there's already a little hole in this piece of paper almost exactly in the right spot, so I'm just going to enlarge it a bit with my pen here so that when I'm working with this thing, as long as I try to keep this over that hole, I know that I've always got it in focus, because when I'm working on it I have a tendency to slowly move it out of the field of view, or you know what I'm talking about. This way I can keep it over that hole. Now there's something I should mention here, and that is I'm talking about the flashing being a little bit excessive here. I want to say what I said once before, and that is that this kit is the absolute best quality kit I have ever had for a plastic model. Yeah, and I know that in the past I've sort of badmouthed the manual as maybe not being too clear, but you know what? If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. I'm not an experienced modeler. I'm just sort of bumbling along through this with you, and we're just sort of having fun. Well, at least I'm having fun. You're going to notice that I'm going to clap my hands 3 times here. Well, there's nothing magic going to happen. No, that's just to help me later when I'm editing out the videos. I get the 2 video files synced up together. Okay, now here's that little part that I don't want to accidentally scrape off. So we're going to try and remove this. Without accidentally taking off the bead. I don't know why I'm becoming almost overly obsessed with the details on these details. However, something like this mast, well, that's going to be seen. That's one of the first things that people are going to look at when they start looking up close. It is likely our nicest summer day right now here in Winnipeg. Yeah, this is the kind of day that us Winnipeggers dream about in January. Now, a person could probably spend an hour on something like this, and I could use my microscope and get even more accurate. But you know, there's only a limit to the amount of time that I want to waste. Well, I guess it's not wasting time, and there are people that will actually, you know, they will go to that extreme. Okay, now notice on the end there, gotta try and slice that off somehow. I almost do need my microscope for this. Am I getting it? Somebody quick comment. Am I getting it? Okay. Maybe if I take a little toothbrush or something and scrub on it. Okay, I think I got this side pretty good. Now if I do the same on the other side here. In the meantime, I gotta straighten up here. My neck is getting sore. I have spent about half an hour, I guess, cleaning these pieces up. And, yeah, it's about as good as I'm going to get them. I think that once they're painted, they'll look very acceptable. Certainly a lot better than they did. And it's still a beautiful day here in Winnipeg. Yeah. I have already glued the H27 into the J28. You saw me do that before a couple of days ago. But this time I'm going to do this part just a little different. I'm not going to do the dry fit first. And that way I'm not going to have to worry about accidentally breaking the key off. The plastic will be liquefying there. Okay. And I will once again straighten this up after I sense that everything is solidifying. It takes about 5 minutes, maybe not even. You can't wait too long because the plastic will become brittle, of course. Now what? I got that wrong? No, that's the right way. There it goes. Okay. Now we'll stick them on the sides here and straighten them out. Okay. Now, if you remember, these things have to face forward. So that must mean this one is going to go on this side. And this one, because these flanges go down, has to be on this side. May as well make it easy on myself here. I don't need very much. It doesn't have to be super strong. Maybe I'll turn this so I can see it better. There we go. There's the one. Okay, and this one's going to go like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is adjust this in such a way that I can see it really good. And we'll make sure that we got everything nice and straight. Now we only need one of these. And it appears to me that this one here, I've got the frame a little bit more centered than this one. This one, the frame seems to be that way too much. So we'll be using this one. But I'll probably put it on last. We'll get some of the other pieces on first because it's a lot easier to be able to pick the thing up and manipulate it around. And once again, I'm just going to do these pieces off camera. We did them a couple of episodes ago. Now somebody made the suggestion, I forget how it was worded, but the idea was if you like to be using the extra thin to soften the plastic to stick the piece on, why don't you stick your piece on and then reinforce it afterwards with the CA glue? So I think I'm actually going to try that. Okay, that's more than enough to get that plastic softening. I've already tried this on a dry run and I know it fits. It hasn't become sticky yet apparently. There we go. Okay, now I'm looking straight down on it. I can see if it's proper this way, but I can't tell if it's horizontally right, so I'm going to just pick it up and eyeball it. And then we'll reinforce it with CA. Yeah, that should work. Well, my clock on the wall is about to gong 2 o'clock. If I don't cut this off, it's going to be another late uploading. And we'll let this extra thin solidify. And then tomorrow, we'll put on a little bit of CA. And then the mast. And yeah, then 23 is done. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.